Morning. Well, something a little bit different today. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me because it's pretty windy. But I'm walking up the driveway to Gunby Hall, and this is what I get up to when I get a few minutes. I come here and I'm a volunteer. So today I'm going to be doing the meet and greet and giving out the house tickets. But I'm hoping I'm going to get some lovely shots of the house for you and tell you a little bit about the ghost stories and the history. I'll see you later. Gunby was built in 1700. But the bit that really interests me is how it came to be in the National Trust. In 1943, the Field Marshal Sir Archibald Montgomery Massingberd, and we fondly know him as Archie because that's much easier to talk about, found the Air Ministry looking at his trees in the park. And what had happened is RAF Spilsby were looking to extend the runway for the bombers at the time, for the Lancasters, to be able to take off. And they were looking at not only knocking down trees within the park, but actually going to flatten Gunby Hall. Now, the fact he held that position of the highest rank in the army made that he was able to go and talk to people in the know, if you like, and he was able to actually get the trajectory of that runway moved so it didn't affect the hall, and to make sure that it was protected for future generations. That's when him and his wife Diana gifted it to the National Trust. So I'm sheltering in the old coach house today, looking at the poor men who are trying to work on levelling all the cobbles out. So I'm going to nip into the house in a bit now I've finished my shift and just show you some of the beautiful rooms. But first we're going to head down into the basement because this place fascinates me, and this is where one of my first stories about maybe the ghosts that they're supposed to be in the house are. These are pictures of my lovely niece and my family when they came on a sunnier day last year. And I just wanted to show you the great facilities for the kids here. This is in the old servants' kitchen within the basement and with their dining room. And there's just lots of dressing up and lots of fun things for them to do from that time. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because one day one of the staff overheard one of the children leaving, and Mum was calling him and saying, "Come on, we've got to go now." And he turned and he went, "Bye bye Archie, bye Archie, thank you Archie," and then came up the steps. There was nobody else down there at the time. This shows the Apple store to the left and the opening, if you like, to the beginning of what we call fondly the ghost walk. The story goes that a young postilion, which was basically a young man that would have worked with the horses and perhaps rode on the lead horse to guide them. Wealthy people had those with their coaches. Possibly he was just a stable lad, but he fell in love with one of the daughters from the house. When her father found out, he shot him and he threw him in those long ponds you see on the side. And the story goes that it's her ghost that you see, the grey lady that floats down that path and across the park searching for a long lost love. And if you ask some of the local farmers, they will collaborate, can't even say the word, collaborate that story. But it's just a lovely piece of history, if you like. Nothing substantiates it, but it's a bit of an urban legend locally. Enjoyed looking at all the pictures of Gunby that I took today. Even on a sort of miserable windy day, it's still a beautiful place, and you can see how hard everybody works to keep it looking amazing, and it's such a warm welcome when you come. I highly recommend it. Now this is Algernon, and he's the one I'm going to be researching. Part of my role as a volunteer is going to be trying to get the bigger picture of this boy that's been labelled, if you like, Naughty Algernon, and I want to know why, and I want to know more about him. So I'm going to uptake this research project now for the next 6 months and see what I can find about him.